something new today. Yes, this is a different software, and it's going to allow me to go live on Facebook as well as live on my YouTube channel and sometimes even on Instagram, what have you. And I just want you to say hi to me when you come in to the room. We're going to work this out. And as I'm doing this, listen, there's a way to chat with me. So we're going to play around with this. Yeah, you can chat with me. We can chat with each other. I see that I have at least one person out there, but this is a trial run. And so for the trial run, what I want to talk about is the fact of choosing friends who support you. Yes. For those of you that are not aware of the Shaquella Robinson story, I will give you brief points about it, share some of my commentary, and then let's kind of talk about what your thoughts are. How well do you know your friends? And are you really friends, or are just acquaintances, or people who are like your companions, or something of the sort? Are they people you can count on, or do you need to count them out? I'm just trying to adjust my stuff here. I'm just having a good time. I hope you're having a good day, and the like, right? Okay, so Shanquella set out to go on a vacation to celebrate a friend in Mexico, Cabo, right? If you've been watching television, hopefully you are aware of this particular situation. So she goes out of town, and according to her mother, the last phone call she had with her daughter was the night she was supposed to go to dinner with her friends. She spoke to her mother, and she told her mother, I'm going to go ahead and take a bath so I can get ready to go to dinner with my friends. Well, the bath was the truth, but when she came out of the tub, what she walked into was more of a bloodbath, and it's unfortunate. There was a video clip, and I can't bear to watch it again, where you see this beautiful, she's 25 years old, she's a business owner, just doing her thing. She was there to celebrate someone, but other people had different plans. And there she was nude in this video, where someone's pulling her hair, literally tossing her over the bed, pounding her in the head. It is unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. In fact, I've reached out to a very dear friend of mine who is a licensed clinical therapist, and we're going to talk about Black women rage and relationships, because that's the one thing sometimes we don't hit upon. We see these things, but how do we really look at that and say, when does it become rage and when does it become dangerous, right? Can you spot a person who is having a moment of rage? And I'm not just talking about a guy friend or girlfriend. I'm talking about your children, okay? There are parents who have been murdered by their kids. And so let's look at that and have a conversation as to, what do I do with this jealousy and this envy and this bitterness? I mean, because let's be honest, for a person to take a young woman who just got out of the tub and you swing her by her hair, her neck, you beat her in the head, and the injuries that Shanquella suffered was a broken neck internally. Okay. Her spine had damage to it. Her father had to go all the way to Mexico to get his baby girl in a body bag, and he had to pay $6,000 to bring her back to the United States. And if you listen to this father, his heart is broken, but he talks about the bruises on his daughter. And he said, my daughter suffered a horrible death. Can you imagine? No, we don't even want to imagine. Horrible death and friendship should not even go in the same category. From where I sit and the way I was raised, friends, first of all, that commercial says friends don't let friends drive drunk. In other words, if you see your friend going into a dangerous situation, chances are you're going to stop it. You're not going to be a part of it. And so as this young woman was being beaten by one particular person that they have now identified and issued a warrant for, to extradite this person back to Mexico. Mexico is a completely different thing, right? It's not the same way we do prison here. But then you have the person who was actually recording the video and saying to Quella, that's what he called her, Quella, fight back, at least fight back. Why are you on the other side of the camera, right? Why are you doing this while this girl's beating me upside the head and pulling me, and you see that I'm not fighting back. How about you knew that there was going to be a showdown, but you didn't even have enough love for me to even discourage the attack? Y'all know that's some kind of crazy. That's ridiculous. So when we talk about choosing friends who support you, there are certain things you need to look out for, right? Because you really don't know what's going on the inside of a person's mind. But I guarantee you, if you pay attention to their conversation, if you pay attention to that person's conversation, you're going to learn some things. Also, when you're around the person, look and see how they handle situations and other people. Chances are, if they talk about other people and your friendship ends, guess what? They're going to talk about you too. Look out for those sly comments. Mhm. Look out for those sly comments. Look out for the setups. Earlier in my first video, I talked about I love both of these people, right? But one I had known for over 24 years. We knew each other before my son was born. And you know how you introduce people and you bring everybody in the circle, and you got to be careful because people start forming cliques. Like, one way to look at that is they go do something and you find out you weren't a part of it. Mhm. Right, 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 right. It happens all the time. But remember, sometimes a person is trying to sow discord within that circle because they want the spot of the person that is closest to you. And instead of just paying their dues and taking their time, they could come in there and try to drive a wedge between you and the person that was your ride or die, right? You want to believe that's your ride or die, but you want to hope that that person stays pure in their heart and their mind and their spirit. What is that person's values? And so when this person who hadn't been a friend as long as this one called me, she said, "Hey, friend, we had had a falling out the night before, out dancing, dealing with a man, just stupid stuff." Now, for me, it was stupid stuff. For them, it was a big deal, right? It was a big deal. And she says to me, "Do you want to meet me at 54th Street Grill?" And I'm like, "Yeah, me and her, we're going to have this conversation." But what she did not tell me was that when I got there, it was her and the other friend. And this was not going to be pleasant. I mean, I could tell from when I walked in and I sat down and I tried to, lighten the atmosphere. And I said, "Hey, is this an intervention?" Because apparently the problem was me, because both of y'all knew y'all were going to be here and I got invited to be here. So let's talk about this. And the one who set all this foolishness up began to talk about old stuff. So apparently she was harboring it and she was holding on to it. And I remember saying to her, "We've already talked about this. I've already apologized about that." And before I could actually really find out what was going on with the friend that I've known, she like literally bams, oh Jesus help me. She slams her fist on the table and she begins to tell me that this particular person is loyal to her. It was about a guy. Okay. It's about a guy. Now you have friends now listen to this. You have friends who have expectations for you, but their expectations of themselves is very different. And it's hard to accept that. It's like if they do it and they want mercy, they may not give you the same mercy. Don't be afraid. Don't listen. I know it sounds crazy. They could have talked to you about the same thing that you are now being accused of, and you can offer them compassion and grace, and they'll turn around and throw it in your face. And when that young woman slammed her hand on that door, I mean, because she was stirring that, looking at the look of death. That's what I was gonna call it. The look of death. Like, hold on. Okay. And I'm looking, and so I said some things that probably should not have been said, but I said them anyway. And then that provoked her. You notice I said provoked her to call me a bitch. Now, prior to that, she and I never even got close to anything like that in over 24 years. Come on now. And I looked at the one who set it up and I said, "She just called me a bitch." And the friend that I really believe was a friend said, "You are a bitch because you are a bitch." And I'm like, "Oh my God, what is really going on?" Now, y'all know my ego got to talking, right? Because you're sitting there going like, "What the hell just happened? I'm about to open up a can of whoop ass and just tear the whole place up." Now, be honest with yourself. But thankfully, in that moment, my ego didn't win. What won was the love for my friend. What won was the fact that I really know for myself that I am never going to fight my friend. I'm going to remove myself from the situation. I'm going to do my best to avoid it. I'm hoping and praying that I don't walk into a situation where somebody has created something really crazy. And I was able to grab my purse, stand up, point at her, and say, I don't fight my friends. I'm the same person that took you to the concert. I'm the same person, you know what I mean? There are some people who want to rally with you when you're on the mountaintop, but then when you come on down, I don't know if it's something's in the water or something. Now, and then you have the ones who are like, yeah, I got her now. I got her now. I got people that turned against her. And then they want to kick you when you're down. But I want to say this to you. If you're one of the friends that's being influenced right now to go against someone you've known, I mean, like you've really known most of your life, don't fall for it. Because if you're an adult, now I'm hoping that I'm talking to adults. I'm not talking about kids, because kids, that's a whole nother story. As an English teacher at a high school, baby, whew, listen, it's a daily battle. Well, that was my friend yesterday, but she ain't my friend now. What are y'all doing in the bathroom fighting? And why is somebody filming it? I don't understand this. You're a cheerleader. Yeah, but so and so was up. Time out. Now, I can understand that from young, immature young women. But for adults who've had children and you've been married or divorced or what have you, and you got good sense, but they said common sense isn't common practice. So just think about that. Think about that. Are you weak minded? Or do you have a odd against your friend and then somebody else comes over and puts some more to it? And now the thing you should have spoken to the person about back then, now it's built up. But adult women that I know who are intelligent, first of all, we're not going to play games. Chances are we're going to say, hey, you know what? I need to talk to you about something. I didn't like it. I really didn't like when this happened. And you sit down with the intention of resolving the issue, not fighting one another. I can't control what you do to me, but I can definitely control what I allow you to do to me or what I decide to do as a response to that. And I'm grateful. I grabbed that purse. I went and got in my car. I started to pull off. And the other woman, she came out and got right, like trying to stop me from driving off and started telling me that we were your friends and you need to come back in there because we want to share something with you and you letting the devil use you and all that. I wasn't paying attention to none of that. Because if I don't know them, I know me. And I'm only gonna be two, I'm not gonna be any more of your bitches. You're just not gonna be able to do that. That's just my word. You don't do it. Right? I know I'm trying to be desensitized because kids are calling me out my name at the school. Child, it's a whole nother story. But listen, choosing your friends, pay attention to how they handle other people. What's their maturity level? And I'm not saying you want to always try to test the waters, but there is a point where you got to see this person in action. Look at how they treat the kids. Now, the kid's supposed to be a person that they love the most. If they're talking crazy to the kid and they're ready to kick the kid out and all this other foolishness, how do you think they're going to be towards you? Benji, really? Can you give me a minute, honey? Benji is my puppy, one of them. Come here. Come on. Lay down, baby. Lay down. I got you. I got you. You don't have dinner. I got you. All right. Thank you. And we're back. Look at how they handle each other. Would you want somebody to be your friend who will cuss their mother out? I wouldn't want that. If you don't have enough respect for the woman who brought you in this world, I know there will come a point where you will not have respect for me. Let's just be real. Come here, little boy. Come here. Now. Come. Come on. Come on. Just like a child, right? You start doing something and then the child starts making noise or trying to get your attention. That's just like a dog. A dog is very similar to a dog. Benji, I can't do both, boo boo. I can't do both of them. But if you come here, thank you. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Hold on, y'all. Just give me a second. Okay, come here. Come here. All right, come to me. Now listen. Okay, this is my smallest one. This is Benji. Say hi, Benji. Okay, you sit down with me for a second, baby. Okay, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna go. I promise. So, just like your children, I'm telling you, just like your children. Look at how they treat the people that they're supposed to love. Look at how they talk to people. And does your friend have a spirit where they're open to constructive feedback, right? Are they is it the type of person that can take responsibility? Can they be corrected gently? Knowing, I'm not talking about the person like everybody's coming against me. You want to come against me too. Now the person has to want to be mature. Have they taken the time to mature? Have they taken the time to step back and say, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I had childish ways? Are they cutthroat? Or are they gossipers? Right? What do you sit down and talk with the person about? Is it gossip? Girl, I would never do that. Or is it dreams? Like the friend that I had that longer than my son. He's 24. We were friends longer than that, right? We would sit and go and have business meetings. We would sit and go to get together and pray, right? We would talk about our dreams. We would also talk about our broken hearts. We weren't sitting there talking about, you know what, I'm gonna call so and so and set her up and blah 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 blah. No, we weren't doing that. Somebody used to say, watch them dogs. Get those snakes out of your circle. Get those snakes out of your circle. And you know you have them. And here's the other thing. Sometimes you can't see them because they're so close to you, but you have people who know you, and their discernment. Trust that. Because the irony of it all was the people that I ended up having to let go of were the people that some of the people who knew where I was heading said I was going to have to let them go. And I said, oh, no, you can't tell me that. Not that one. And here's the other thing. Understand that nobody's perfect. Of course, I've made mistakes. Of course, I could have done something differently to avoid that entire situation. I'm sure. But that does not justify setting somebody up. Think about what you have to lose. What do you have to lose? Sometimes you're sitting around with people, and yeah, they want to be your friend. They want to be your friend. But do they show themselves friendly? Are they friendly? Or are you have to always suck up and you're always making excuses and they're putting you on a guilt trip? Come on now, what kind of friends do you want? Most importantly, what type of friend are you? Are you supportive? And what does support look like and mean to the other person? These are just questions. Benjamin, did you really? Okay, I know you got to go outside. Mm-mm. What kind of friend are you? I just want you to think about that. How well did Shaquella know her friends? The word talks about out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if one day a person is, saying something crazy to you and you're like, man, where did that come from? It's in their heart. And if you can't go to your friend and say, hey, let me share something with you that really hurt my feelings. And then if it's a continual pattern of behavior, you need to cut that person loose. As someone once said, people come into your life for a reason, for a season, and for a lifetime. And unfortunately, sometimes the ones we think are going to be there for a lifetime, they're gone. Because nobody knows a person like the person knows themselves. And I have to check myself, y'all. I'm not perfect. Sometimes when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, I start feeling jealous and more like envious. Because the difference between jealousy is hatred. You're just hateful and you're afraid you're going to lose something. Where envy is, you want to be where that person is. You want what that person has. That's envy. But they both are in the same circle. And then if you let them take on, just live there long enough, you'll find yourself enraged. You'll find yourself behind bars. And the reason we know that it's so prevalent now is because of social media. because all we have to do is go online and push a button, and you're going to see headlines that you didn't even ask for. YouTube is full of them, right? It's full of them, full of stories like that. Well, the question is, what's your story going to be? They used to say, if you've had one good friend in your lifetime, you're doing great. My best friend, my longest best friend, is Lysandra Hagens. We have been best friends since fifth grade. I'm 52 now. I'm sure she hasn't agreed with everything I've done, and I haven't agreed with everything maybe she's done. But you know what? I didn't intentionally hurt her feelings, and I don't think I ever hurt her feelings. And if I had, at least I could take it and not make excuses. Oh, you're just too sensitive. No, this has nothing to do about me being too sensitive. I'm sharing with you something that hurt me. And can you address that and not make it my problem? One of the challenges with people who are being victimized is they start to blame the victim. Well, she should have known better about them people. Now, she couldn't trust them. How did she know? Is there a checklist for friendship? There should be. But anyway, I just wanted to put this out here because I said I would. And plus, I'm trying out this new software, and somewhere I am supposed to allow you to be a part of this conversation. So if I come back on again, then we'll do that. And I'll see what you're saying. And other people can see what you're saying as well, right? I think that's pretty cool. So let me know what you thought. This was a test run with a topic that I thought was cool. All right, privately talk with the host. Okay, no, we don't want that one. I really want to see where I bring you in. And let's see, have a conversation with you. You know what I mean? I really wanted to do that. Now, what's this here? We're just gonna play with this for just a second. Hold on, y'all. No, that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. That's all me, honey. But I'm learning the new software. You got to get to a point where you want something different. You got to be willing to do something different. You really do. So you all take it easy, and like I said, I'm probably gonna come back and we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna look at this thing and see what I can do, and how we can get along and talk and have intelligent conversations. Is that all right with you? All right, then. I'm Dolores Jones, a confidence coach, transformational speaker. Listen, a change is going to come, and I'm going to be a part of that. And I hope you're ready to grow and to stretch. And here, this says chat. Okay. So, what is the chat here? Okay, now I see. So, look, if you go over, you could type something. So, somebody here still with me, go ahead and type something, in the chat. Let's see. I'm going to type hello. Okay. I put hello. Now it says you can't post the messages to some channels. I got that. But I want to see if someone else can send me a message. Go into my Facebook chat, y'all, and leave it there. Okay. And let's see how that works. As far as my YouTube is concerned, I don't know yet. I don't know. All I know is I was able to say hello and I put it in the chat, and you all should be able to chat with me as well, right? Okay. Hey, baby, let's do your nails, you sweet thing. All right. Okay, we'll give it a one more second or so, Benji. Okay. Now, what is this here? Hey, boo, stop, stop, stop. You're just too restless. Come on, sit down. You're too restless. Sit down for a second. Stop it. Okay, what is this? Quotations. We're live. Okay. Well, we want to go here. Okay, let me see. Now, I remember when I went live on StreamYard that people on my YouTube channel could actually put a comment in and I could see it. So let's just try it. And if you can't, go ahead and try. Get your butt back over here because I know what you're trying to do and you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it, boy. You're not going to do it. Hold on one more time. Because I can also see. Oh, okay. So 2 people are on my YouTube channel right now, and 1 person is on my Facebook channel. I can even see how many people are out there, which is great. This is so fun. So if you're out there on my YouTube, go ahead and type something, and I'll see if they'll allow me to see what you just said. If you're in my Facebook, go ahead and type something, and I will see if I can see what you just said. Is that all right? What y'all think about this? It's good. All right. Okay. Well, let's get ready to go. You want to say bye-bye? You want to say bye? I gotta get you a bath, boy. I need to comb your hair and everything. I need to comb your hair and everything. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I said, hold on. I said, hold on. Now come on. Stop. Okay, we're gonna end it. Say bye for now. Bye-bye. We just